Let me ask you a question. When do you think the best time is to get the best deals at a market? Do you think the best time is when everybody's buying from the market and there's big queues, or do you think it's when it's a buyer's market and there's lots of stock and people are struggling to sell? When's the best time to get a deal? And of course, you know the answer. The answer is the best time to get a deal is when the sellers are struggling to sell and they're discounting their stock. And in the exact same way, in the property market, when's the best time to get a deal? When's the best time to get in and make money in property? Well, the answer is when people are afraid. And at the moment, we've got Keir Starmer in power and people are trying to oust him out. Taxes are going up, landlords are scared, we've got renters reform bill, and it's absolutely going mad. There's all kind of changes happening, and people are exiting the market. Now, the reason people are exiting the market is because they're afraid. The economy is unstable, but here's the interesting thing. I'm in Dubai right now, and in Dubai, the market's booming, okay? But I'm speaking with loads of investors in Dubai, very wealthy investors, multi-millionaires. Guess what they're doing with their money at the moment? A lot of them are investing their money into UK property. And they're buying in London even. They're saying, oh yeah, it's cheap. Property's cheaper in London than it's been in many years. Now's the time to get a deal. So they're buying properties now. That got me thinking, isn't that interesting? Right now I run the academy. The Property Investors Academy we've got about 2,000 members, and our members are mostly actively doing deals and extremely successful. Just on the last Monday night mastermind that we had, there was guys that were doing literally retiring from work from one deal, because there's deals out there. If you can find a good property investment deal right now in the UK, near a town centre, if you can find a good deal below market value, assuming you have the cash, I'm going to get to that in a minute, assuming you have the cash, you can buy it below market value, re-tenant it the new way that we do, which is much safer for landlords, giving good cash flow, refinance it and get your money back, okay? So you buy it, you push the value up, and then you borrow against the new value and get your deposit money back. Now, people that have got money are doing this. I mean, in the media, it's all bad news, isn't it? It's all doom and gloom. You do realise that they are distracting us. You do realise that all the big arguments about race, or all the stuff, and that's why I try not to get too involved in it, because that is there to distract us. The people that own the media companies, look it up. I mean, mostly they're owned by the same people anyway. Find out who owns the media companies that are saying, oh, it's a bad time to invest in property, it's scary, the market's uncertain, that are causing all this division, all this arguing amongst blacks and whites, Christians, Muslims, atheists. Everyone's arguing, everyone's missing the point. Meanwhile, what are these rich people actually doing? Well, they're making money. They're making money because they're buying properties, they're renting them out, they're pushing the value up, and they're getting rich. Inflation is happening seriously at the moment. Inflation is where, let me tell you what inflation means if I'm explaining it to my child. Inflation is rising prices. Now, if you're wealthy and you've got properties and you own things and you've got businesses, inflation, rising prices, is a good thing. Because inflation means that if, let's say rents, like in the UK, rents on average go up by about 10% per year. So every year rents are going up. Now, if you don't own a house, if you're renting and you're trying to save, inflation's really annoying because now your rent's gone up. Now, if you're trying to buy a house and house prices keep going up, it's really annoying. But if you're wealthy and if you own a lot of stuff, if you own a lot of property, then inflation is actually a good thing. And isn't it interesting that when inflation happens, everything seems to be going up apart from wages, which is just killing the average person. So what's the solution? Is the solution that we should join Gary Stevenson and that we should campaign that there's wealth taxes and all these wealthy people have to pay taxes so that we'll be able to live more comfortably? Well, the reality is that's never going to happen because the people that make the rules are the rich people. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think the solution is, rather than complaining about the rich, is to actually join the rich. How do you do that? Well, step one, you learn to find banging property deals that, like, let me give you an example, right? This property that we're in right now, I'm just renting this property. It's very nice. The rent is just over £500,000 per year, right? So I'm renting this property, £500,000 a year. Now, the guy that found this property for me, that sourced it, that was kind enough to let me rent it for just just over £500,000, not AED, pounds a year. The guy that sourced it, I gave him almost 50 grand for allowing me to rent this property. That doesn't include the deposit and all the different extra bits and bobs and costs. I paid him 50 grand. So he got 50 grand, and all he did was say, hey, do you want to rent this property? It's £500,000 a year, just over. It's about, I think it's like £502,000 a year. 2.5 million AED. And I was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, okay, great. And then I looked around it and I was like, oh, this is nice. Yeah, I want it. And he said, oh, there is like I can't remember the it might have been a little bit less than 50 grand. I think I paid 50 grand for this and another one that I'm also renting. But anyway, I'm like, all right. He goes, oh, there's a fee of 50 grand. I'm like, all right, no worries, bang. Pay the fee of 50 grand. Now, imagine if you're a letting agency, but you're just dealing with small apartments. If you're dealing with little small apartments in Grimsby, you're not going to be able to charge 50 grand. The reason he was able to charge 50 grand is because he's dealing in a market which is affluent with wealthy people. So now he can just charge 50 grand. What's my point? Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because when you're in the property market and you're able to find good deals, forget about what you can afford. Because if you're thinking, what can I afford to buy? I can afford to invest in a 50 grand house in Grimsby. Forget that. If I scrape and work hard, find good deals in London, find short leases, find good deals in Dubai, find good deals that wealthy people want to buy, and then what do? Partner with them. Wealthy people have got lots of money, but let me tell you what they haven't got. They haven't got lots of time. So if you can find good deals, and then just say to wealthy people, hey, would you like to buy it off me? Or would you like to partner with me? That's how you get rich. So the absolute key number one thing I think you should be doing, not reading the newspapers, not getting angry about all the protests and all the division, forget all that. You should be learning how to find good deals. And you should be connecting with wealthy people. If you're hanging around with people that are poor all the time, that hate their job and are making 30 grand a year, you will be the next. Whereas if you can associate with wealthy people and find good property deals, it's only a matter of time before you get rich. Toby Diamond secured a deal. He's one of my academy members. He secured a deal. I think it was 14-bed HMO. He bought it, he's pushing the value up, and then he's gonna rent it out, refinance it. That one property is gonna make him about 10 grand a month. He's gonna get all his money back, financial freedom in one deal. If you can learn to create financial freedom, replace your entire job from just one property deal somewhere in England, you need to know how to find that deal. Find those deals. So if you want me, I teach a lot, man. Put a lot of videos out there on YouTube and stuff. I'm gonna be running a free webinar which is going to last about 90 minutes, showing you exactly how to find that one deal, where it is, how to work out the numbers, how to source it, how to secure it. If you want to join me, I'll leave a link in the description to this video, somewhere around the video in the description. So get registered for that. It's going to be a free online training, and I can't wait to work with you. I can't wait to help you. But remember, stay focused. Don't be fueled by hate. Don't be fueled by negativity. Don't let the rich elites divide us. Let's stand together. Let's become free, because when we are free, they cannot control us. And I hope I can assist you along the way. So join the free online training. And if anything else, hit me up on social media. God bless. Here's to your success. Let's go.